Today I'm going to solve an Excel assignment. It's YO22 Excel chapter 5 PS1 music lesson. Its project description is given here. You can read its project description. We will move to our first step. In our first step, what is he asking? Start Excel download and open file name Excel chapter 5 PS1 music lessons. Grader has automatically added your last name to the beginning of the file name. That's my name. Our first step. I have already opened my file. That's my file. Grader automatically added my last name to the beginning of the file name. So we will move to our second step. Our second step is the data table worksheet contains 4 tables listing the various prices and fees that Fiddler charges their clients. It is common practice to have all pricing table on one worksheet. Create a name range for these tables will make it easier to refer to them to other worksheets on the data tables worksheet. So we will go to the data tables worksheet. That's our data table worksheet. Range B5 to E8 name as a lesson price. So we will select this one. We will select B5 to E8. That's our cell B5 to E8. We will go to the formula tab and in the define names we will select paste this one as a lesson pricing and press OK. So we have assigned our first range name range H4 to J5 as a entry fee. So we will select H4 to J5. That's our cell H4 to J5. We will again go to the define name and here we will paste as a entry fee. What other thing? Range B12 to E15 name as a transfer transaction fees. So we will select B12 to E15. That's our B12 to E15. We'll go to the define names and here we will paste as a transfer fees as a range name and range B19 to G22 as a uniform fee. So we will select this one uniform fee and we will select B19 to G22. That's our cell B19 to G22. We will go to the formula tab and again in define tab define name and make this one as a uniform fee. So it's that's our second step. What is he saying in our third step? The student data worksheet contains data about each of the Fiddler students' clients. The lesson per price per hour varies based on the student's skill level. In the cell I3, so we will go to the student data worksheet. That's our student data worksheet. He is asking to go in the cell I3. In the I3, we need to put a formula. He tells us about in the instruction. In cell I3 index, put enter an index function with the match function to retrieve the lesson price for 1 hour located in the column 2 in the lesson price range name. So we will go to the range name for each student on the basis of their skills located in the skill level field. To prevent an error from being displayed when the skill level is not known, use the if error function to leave the cell blank. So we will first put an index function. We will put is equal to. We will start our formula with index function and start our bracket. And what is he tells us? He tells us array about lesson pricing. So we will put here lesson pricing array. And what is the row number he is telling us about? Row number must be from the match function. We will start our match function. Our lookup value for the match function is in the cell for each student basis on the skill level field. So skill level field in the cell H3, which H3 we will select. That's our skill level. Lookup array. Lookup array for the skill level is the we will go to the data table and here is the A5 to A8 as a lookup array and what is our match will be exact match. Then our formula for the match function is now complete. what is now our column index is the in the lesson pricing our column index is 2, and we will close our bracket and press enter. So we have got our result price 30, and what at the end he is saying, use if error function to leave the cell blank. So we will select, we will put all this formula to our if error formula, all the formula if value if error is will be blank cell, and press enter. So at the end what is he asking, copy the formula to the cell I34. So we will copy this formula up to cell I34. Why it's not working? Because we have not made this one as a absolute reference. So make sure that you make an absolute references to where you have needed. So we have changed this one now. We will copy this formula now downside. You'll see we have got our price per hour in our column. Where there is no skill, our value is blank cell. So that's our third step. In our fourth step, what is he asking? Creating a name range for the student data will make it easier to retrieve about each student in the data table for other worksheets. On the student worksheet, data worksheet, create a range name to student data for the cell range A3 to I34. So we will go A3 to I34. We will select this range. This range selected again in the formula tab, and in the define names we will select this one and paste this one as a student data and press OK. So we have assigned the range name to this table, a range A3 to I34. That's our fourth step. In our fifth step, what is he asking? The lesson data worksheet contains the record of the each student. However, their skill is not included in the dataset but is essential to calculate how much they owe for their lesson in the cell F3. So we will go to the lesson data worksheet and cell F3, lesson data worksheet, and in the cell F3, that's our cell F3. Enter a VLOOKUP function that will retrieve the skill from the student ID in the cell B3 from the data name, student data name range. If the student does not avail us, so we will just put enter label in the student data name range. The VLOOKUP will return to a value 0. Incorporate if function in the formula so that the value returned to 0 display the blank instead other display value returned to the VLOOKUP function. So we will select F3 cell, that's our cell F3. We will put if function, then we will start our VLOOKUP function in this for value true. Our lookup value is in the cell B3, which is our student ID. And what is our table array? It's data, student data, range name. And what is the column indexed? Its column index is 8, where our skill is required. You can see in the student data, you can you will count the column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This one H1 column is 8 column. So we will go to the student data and put this one as a 8, 8, while our match is the exact match, and this value is equal to 0. Then if this value is true, then our cell will be blank cell. Otherwise our formula will be VLOOKUP. Same formula we have put it here. We'll go to our lesson data worksheet. B3, while our range is the student data, column index 8, while exact match, we'll close our bracket, again close our bracket and press enter. So we have got our result in our cell F3. That's our result cell. So now what he is asking, copy the formula down to the cell F29. So we will copy this formula up to down F29. So we have got our result in our required range. So that's our fifth step. In our sixth step, what is he asking? The cost of the lesson varies based on the length of the lesson and the skill level of the student. In the cell G3, use the index and match function to retrieve the lesson fee for each student from the lesson pricing range name. For the student with no skills, an error will be returned. Incorporate an if error function so that is returned the student charged for the lesson $50. So we will go to the cell G3. That's our cell G3. Here, what we need to do? We need to enter index function. We'll start our bracket. Our array will be a lesson pricing. He already informed in the instructions. We will start our match function now. Our match function will be in the cell required skill F3, while lookup array is the cell data table A5 to A8. We will make this one absolute reference. And what is the our match is the exact match. Why it's not? We have made this one A5 to A8, but it's not selected. Maybe A5 to A8. We'll make this one as absolute reference 0. Close our bracket, and again we will start our match function for the third one. Lesson data, lesson data price E3, data table, it's B4 to E8. We will make this one again as a absolute reference, while our match type is exact match type. Close our bracket, close our bracket, and press enter. So we have got in NA. What is he ask? If it shows the NA, you will put as a if error function to show the value of the $50. So we will start our if error, and at the end what we need to do? We need to put as a 50 and close our bracket and press enter. So we have got our total fee value as a $50. So we will copy this formula up to downside. In this way we have got our value in our G column G. That's our sixth step. In our seventh step, what is he asking? The report worksheet is in need of some work for it fully functional. When a student ID is entered into the cell B2, the cell is in B3 to B8 should retrieve value about the student or calculate values pertaining to the student. So we will go to the report worksheet. That's our report worksheet. We will go to the cell B3. What is he asking? Enter a VLOOKUP function that retrieve the teacher name from the student data name range from the student ID in the B2. So we'll put VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP function will look up value student ID while the table array is the cell student data. And what is the column index? Column index, for column index we will go to the student ID. And what is he asking for? Teacher name 1 2 3 4. It's 4 number. Teacher name in the 4 column. We have exact match, and we will close our bracket and press enter. So we have got our result in our cell B3 as a chunk. But what he said at the end, he said that we need to put if error function. Also, if its value is not given, then it will not show an error. So we will put if error and show the blank cell when there is no value. So we will press enter. So our formula is now correct. That's our 7 step. We have total 20 steps in this assignment. I have performed 7 steps in this video. I will show you the solution of this file when we will complete this one file. How it will look like that. It will look like this one. That's the solution. You see, we have got our results. That's our student data worksheet. That's our lesson data worksheet. That's our data tables worksheet. That's our report worksheet. All the formulas are correct. And if you need help about the remaining steps of this assignment, or if you don't understand the steps I have performed in this video, or if you need help in online courses like computer science, business management, business and math, business and finance, human resource management, history, English, literature, nursing, psychology, statistics, information technology, applied science, you can contact me on my WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is given on the screen and also given in the description of this video. Or you can contact me through my email address. My email address is given on the screen and also given in the description of this video. Or you can scan the WhatsApp barcode which is given at the start of the video and at the end of the video. And if you like my video, please subscribe my channel to get a new video updates. Thank you.